Hello, Matteo here. This is the Ebike Basic info video. So I've only just been involved with electric or pedal assist bicycles since this last winter is when I converted my first e-bike. But working as a mechanic, short stints in working in bike shops that specialize in e-bikes has given me some info. So what I've learned so far is I tend to lean towards telling people to convert bikes rather than buy their own. I'm sure there's many great e-bike companies out there, some that I've heard good things about being some German brands, LB, some German brands and LB, Gazelle, the new Stromer models. I'm sure there's many more out there. But the downsides for me of buying a pre-made e-bike is that if that company goes under and you need replacement parts, you're screwed. It happened with Bionics. Harder to repair and have access to repair when all the electrical on some of these bikes is like deep within the frame and you need to like tear the frame apart to get inside to change something out. And then it's less easy to upgrade, to have access to upgrading things as well. The system might not be built for it. Yeah, for me those are, and then also you have to have a whole other bicycle. If you don't have a lot of space, you want to have an electric bike, then you need to get a whole other bike. It's not the best for everybody. So I lean towards converting my own bike because, yeah, I know I can always upgrade parts as the industry grows. Repairing can be super simple. If I just know my throttle's not working, you know, I can disconnect my throttle, put a new throttle in. If I find it works, then I know it's a throttle issue. So easy repair, easy access for upgrades, and then yeah, I'm never going to run into the issue of a company going out of business. And then I can keep the same bicycle that I love, that I already feel comfortable on. And one of the greatest things is that it's a lot cheaper to buy a kit and put on your bike than pay all the overhead and, you know, these middleman fees of buying a pre-made bike. So yeah, for me that's a lot leaning in that direction. Aside from that little tip, the other great thing that I could say in this video is that the main learning resource that I found in North America, at least for learning about e-bikes, is Endless Sphere. It is a forum that's been online for a few decades now, full of electric vehicle enthusiasts, and from there you can put any questions that you have into their chat history, and it'll probably pull up a post that somebody answered the question very well, touching on your topic of interest. In Endless Sphere is where I learned about the company that I bought my conversion kit from, Grin Technologies, or ebikes.ca in Vancouver. Great group of folk, have answered way more questions than they should have given me their time for. I went out and met them. Super great bunch of folk. Make some very cool custom parts to really make e-bikes as good as they can be. For example, their Satiator charger. It's a $300 charger, but it can charge any chemical variation of battery, any voltage of battery, and most importantly it does 85% charges, which will double your battery life for lithium batteries. So yeah, they're really trying to make e-biking awesome. Other basic good things to know would be it's a different riding experience. You're able to match the pace of traffic more easily. But then when people see you, I mean, yeah, when you match the pace of traffic, you can ride in the middle of the road, which is great and is very much more a safer position to be on the road. But people will still look at you and assume that you're a bicycle and you're moving at bicycle speed. So you have to keep in mind that you will get instances of people thinking they can turn in front of you, assuming your speed and being incorrect. Another moment to think about having an air horn, as I'm always ranting about. Air horns are really great. And you have to be careful in the rain. If you don't waterproof all your connections, rain can really mess up the system, a pre-made e-bike or not. So waterproofing is definitely nice, or a fairing. if you want to be covered with a huge kind of windshield, that's helpful as well. Aside from riding stuff, it's also good to know, since most people are going to be using lithium batteries, that not only the 85% charges can double your battery life, but it's best practice to charge the battery after it's gotten to a more like average temperature, when it's not too hot, and if you've been out in negative 0 degree temperatures, to let it warm up a little bit before you charge it as well. Other than that, I think that's most everything that right now I have to say about e-bikes. They're a great, one more thing. They're a great way to go faster and farther. But if you're someone who really appreciates a sweat and you don't want to be made lazy by having an e-bike, I very much recommend that whether you convert or buy a bike, that you get an e-bike with a torque sensing system, so that you can put in more energy and it'll give you more speed, and there's that direct relation, so that you're inclined to put out that energy to get that speed, rather than a cadence system where your pedals are always spinning at that same general speed, and once it hits that speed, it'll put out that amount of wattage and that amount of power, and that's it. And you can change gears and go more, but there's less in between steps. So yeah, torque sensing system. And if you convert your own bike, Grin Technologies, I forgot to mention, another one of their famous products aside from their charger is a cycle analyst. The cycle analyst allows you to really modify the whole feeling of your e-bike. Like on mine, I can set how many steps I have of my electronic shifter that controls my torque sensing bottom bracket, to then multiply my 1 human watt hour of energy by 1.2, 2.3, or up and up and up, so that I can really almost make my bike feel like a normal bike and how it responds, except that I get to go faster and farther. Yeah, that's it, I think, for now. Thank you for checking in this video. If you get into e-bikes, I hope you enjoy them. Wear extra padding, good strong helmets, stay safe. Cheers.